Well, it's coming up to 10:30 on day 42, Tuesday, June 20th, and I'm just preparing to pick up my anchor in Loch Eriboll. It's been a good couple of days recovering from my trip across on Sunday, and the weather's behaved, so it's been fairly calm, and it is a beautiful scenic spot. It's a nice morning, but I think rain is on its way, and I think there's sort of winds of force 3 to 4 forecast for out in the open sea, so hopefully it should be reasonable to go around Cape Wrath and down to Loch Inver. So here's hoping for a safe and good passage. It's 10:01 on day 41, or is it 42? Anyway, and I'm just rounding Farrad Head on the way to Cape Wrath. The winds are very light and variable, so I've had patches of sailing, and now I'm having to use the engine. And it's been raining quite hard a lot of the way, and there's been a bit of thunder, but thankfully that was behind me, so that's good. This is the North Scottish coast. There's a bit of a village tucked in there. Don't know if you can see it on the houses spread along the coastal road. And that's looking back to Loch Eriboll, where I've just come from. And there's some big patches of rain out at sea there. But it looks fairly lighter skies and better the way I'm heading. And so at the moment, the seas are very good and the conditions are very benign for going around Cape Wrath, so I'm just hoping it stays that way. But it's 2:15 on day 42, and I'm just rounding Cape Wrath, which is the northwest point of mainland Scotland, and luckily the conditions are pretty benign. There's about 1 knot of wind, and I've got the tide with me, so I've got 2 knots of tide carrying me round. And there's the Cape, the lighthouse, and it's fairly spectacular scenery, stunning cliffs, and that has been all the way along the north coast. And that's looking back to Loch Eriboll, where I came from. And that out there are the Duslick Rocks just off of the Cape, so I've been lucky in being able to come between the Cape and those rocks. It's sort of still spitting with rain, so I've had sunny spells and really hard showers so far. Hopefully it'll be fairly dry for the rest of the trip down. And this is poor old Ted, and I don't know if you can see it, but there are just loads of midges all over the boat. They're all flying around, and I've got my insect repellent spray, so they're not affecting me. It's 4:45 on day 42, and I'm just entering the mouth of Loch Inchard, which is quite narrow, but it's quite a beautiful entrance. It's lots of sort of pink granite rocks on either side, and I'm going about a mile into the loch, hopefully to berth at Kinlochbervie harbour. So the sun's been shining for the last couple of hours, and the wind is just dead, so the seas are very calm, and so I've had to motor most of the way. So it's been quite a pleasant trip down, and yeah, apart from the odd bit of rain, well, quite a lot of rain actually, it's been very enjoyable. There's quite a backdrop to the loch. There's clouds tumbling over hills in the background. And I think Ted's going to be glad to get into harbour.